Hello, everybody. Today we are going to be reviewing topics 1, 4, and 1, 5. We're in topic 1, but it's sections 4 and 5. And we are dealing with division. So the first thing I want to ask you is, what are reciprocals? Now, remember, we've talked about this in here, and I've told you you will be tested on this. You will need to know what reciprocals are. And no, it isn't good enough just to say, well, you take a fraction and you flip it over. Oh, it's a fraction that's doing a headstand. No. What are reciprocals? And the answer to this is that reciprocals are fractions whose product is 1. Fractions whose product is 1. Now, product means we're multiplying things together. Okay? So, for example, if you have the fraction 2/3, its reciprocal is 3/2. And so, yes, you do just flip it over. But remember, if you take these two fractions and find their product, which is the answer to a multiplying problem, if you multiply these together, what's going to happen? Well, the 2's are going to cancel out. The 3's are going to cancel out. And so you end up with 1/1 when you multiply across here. And so you can see 2/3 times 3/2 gives you 1 for a value. They are fractions whose product is 1. Okay? So that's what reciprocals are. Fractions whose product is 1. All right, so what is the reciprocal of the following fractions? Well, here again, you see this how I have the fraction bar at an angle here? And I've done that simply because when you see it on a computer, a lot of times it needs to be shown that way because it's not easy to show it as a horizontal fraction bar on a computer. So here I have 2/5, 2/5. What is its reciprocal? Well, you flip this over and it's 5/2. Okay? All right, what's the reciprocal of 5? Well, 5 is really 5/1, right? So its reciprocal, when you flip it over, would be 1/5. All right, what's the reciprocal of 1/3? Well, you flip it over, you get 3/1. Now that is the same thing as 3 whole. Okay? So the reciprocal of 1/3 is 3. Now look at this one. We have 2 and 5/8. So what do I do with that? 2 and 5/8. Well, it would help to write it like this. And then, the first thing I have to do is rewrite it as an improper fraction. So 2 and 5/8, if I go around the horn, 8 times 2 is 16, plus 5 is 21, and we can put that over 8. Okay, so we have 21/8. Is that its reciprocal? No, all I did was rewrite it as an improper fraction. Its reciprocal then is found by flipping it over, and we get 8/21. Okay, so that's just a reminder on how to find reciprocal values of different fractions, okay? You can watch this video as many times as you want also, by the way, if you need to have another look at these problems. All right, so when we have 8 divided by 4/9, let me rewrite that here. 8 divided by 4/9. The first thing I want to do, since 8 is a whole number, it is not written as a fraction, and I do have a fraction over here, let's express 8 as a fraction, and I can do that by putting it over 1. Now, it's still a division problem, so at this point now, I need to change it into multiplication mode. So I have 8/1. Instead of dividing, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal of that fraction to its right, which is 9/4. So if you think of the strategy Mr. Thorson was showing us last week, we keep this the same, we change this to multiplying, and we flip this fraction here. Keep, change, flip. Don't you wish it was KFC so we could remember it like the chicken? But it's KCF, keep, change, flip. That's the trick we can use to remember this. And now I can do some simplifying. I see the 4 and the 8 can both be divided by 4. 4 goes into 4 once, into 8 twice. And then I multiply. 2 times 9 is 18 over 1 times 1, which is 1. So my answer is just a whole number, 18. Okay? Let's look at this one. 5 divided by 5/16. Well, I need to rewrite this as 5 over 1, okay? 5 over 1. And instead of dividing by 5/16, I can multiply by the reciprocal of this, which is 16 over 5. Okay? Notice we don't ever flip over the first fraction. You keep it the same. All right, and then we change this to multiplying and we flip this one over. So we have 16 over 5, which is the reciprocal of 5 over 16. Now I can look to simplify. By the way, you can't simplify when it's still a division problem. It has to be written as a multiplication problem first. And now I see the 5s cancel out. That's nice. And then 1 times 16 is 16 over 1 times 1, which is 1. So again, I have a whole number answer here. 16 over 1 is just 16. All right, my answer is 16. Sorry, that's so sloppy there. That was 1. Okay, we get an answer of 16. All right, now, what have I done here? I have 2/3 times 1/3. So do I keep, change, flip? Nope. This is already a multiplying problem. The only time you need to rewrite the problem is if it's division, okay? This one's already multiplying, so I simply have 2/3 times 1/3. I slid this in here just to make sure that you guys realize, because you get in the habit of doing the flipping, of writing the reciprocal of that second fraction. You don't do that if it's already a multiplying problem. It's just 2/3 times 1/3. I can't even simplify. I just multiply. 2 times 1 is 2 over 3 times 3, which is 9. And I'm done. So don't be fooled. You have to be careful. If it's already a multiplication problem, just multiply. Well, look to see if you can simplify first, but you don't have to do anything with reciprocals if it's already a multiplying problem. Okay, so be careful. All right, how about 7/12 divided by 3/4? Well, keep this one the same, 7/12. Change it from dividing to multiplying, and then flip this second fraction. Instead of 3/4, its reciprocal is 4/3. Now I have a multiplying problem. Can I do any simplifying? Well, the 3 and the 7, nope. The 3 and the 4, nope. 7 and 12, no. 12 and 4, yes. 4 and 12 can both be divided by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 12 divided by 4 is 3. And then I can multiply. 7 times 1 is 7 over 3 times 3, which is 9. My answer is 7/9. Okay? So again, instead of dividing, we multiply, and we multiply by the reciprocal of that second fraction. Keep, change, flip. All right, let's look at another one. I'm kind of moving through these quickly. But again, you can go back, you can pause, you can rewind, you can watch this video as many times as you wish. Here I have 4 divided by 2/8. It is a division problem, so I'm going to have to change it into multiplication mode. For starters, 4 is 4 over 1, okay? And my stylus isn't working anymore because my battery was low. So I'm going to put my stylus away and see if I get lucky and can use my finger here. 4 over 1. All right, divided by 2/8. Okay, so we keep this first one the same, 4 over 1. And we change dividing to multiplying. And then we flip this fraction here. So instead of 2/8, we have 8 over 2. Okay, now can I do any simplifying? It's tempting to do some simplifying with the 4 and the 8, but they're both numerators. But I can simplify the 2 and the 4, or I could simplify the 2 with the 8. It's our choice. We have a decision here. So I'm just going to go ahead, since I'm since I'm usually going diagonally, I'm going to go one up, one down here just to show you you can do that. The only rule is one has to be a numerator, the other a denominator. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Hey, I tell you what, using my finger um, instead of the stylus is working all right, isn't it? Okay, so I have 4 times 4, which is 16, over 1 times 1, which is 1. So I get an answer of 16. It's a whole number answer. Okay? All right, let's look at the next problem. 2 1/3 times 4 1/5. They're both mixed numbers. All right. Do I need to do anything with reciprocals here? Oh, wait a second. This one's already a multiplying problem, isn't it? So again, I don't have to do anything with reciprocals because it's already written in multiplication mode. So all I need to do is just change these into improper fractions. So let's try it. 2 1/3, I take 3 times 2, which is 6, add 1, which is 7, and put that over 3. You know what? That might be a little bit confusing for some of you. The fact that I did not rewrite those mixed numbers. So let me rewrite the mixed number so it looks a little better. 2 1/3. Does that look better? 2 1/3 with the horizontal fraction bar? I think so. Now again, this isn't 21 over 3. Notice the space between the 2 and the 1 here. Times, and then here I have 4 1/5. Okay? And then I will go and change these. You know, Mr. Thorson was using those Halloween colors last week, and I was kind of thinking, well, I want to use Halloween colors too. So I'm going to do that here. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7, and we put that over 3, okay? And then I do that over here. It's times. It's already a multiplying problem. 5 times 4, that's 20, plus 1, that's 21, and we put that over the 5. There, that looks good. Now, can I do any simplifying? Well, how about the 3 and the 21? 3 goes into 3 one time. 3 goes into 21 7 times. 21 divided by 3 is 7. So now I have 7 times 7, which is 49, over 1 times 5, which is 5. Now, can I leave this as an improper fraction? Move myself there, out of the way. And hopefully you realize, no, I can't leave my answer like this, 49 over 5. I need to divide to change this back into a mixed number. So we're going to divide 49 by 5, and that will give us our final answer. 5 won't go into 4, but it does go into 49 9 times. Okay, 9 times 5 is 45. Subtract, we get a remainder of 4. We put the remainder over the divisor when writing our mixed number. So we have 4/5 here. 4 goes over 5. We have 9 4/5 for our final answer on that one. Okay? So again, there are no shortcuts here, everybody. We do have to change the mixed numbers into improper fractions before we can do anything else. You can't just take the 2 times 4 and get 8, because see, that'd be wrong. It has to be 9. Okay, so you do have to change them into improper fractions first. All right, that's it for today's review. I will see you tomorrow.